Okay, I was going to play not the robots, but some serious shit just happened. I'm gonna play that game still, but some serious shit just happened. You're gonna have to trust me on this. Bubsy 3D is fucking back. Let's do it. As you can see, it says For Awakening, because that's the name of the game, or this chapter. Real online play. Pick up that ball, and pick up that ball. You see, this is the best game ever. This is the #1 best game ever. This is a cultural milestone. Jump with space. I fucking know that. I've played this game already. Can you believe they don't realize that I'm one of their biggest fans? If you don't go for 100% completion on this game, you're a fucking scrub and you deserve to die. Let's see what this frog has to say. I know how to glide. What do you think I am, a Bubsy noob? Come on. You see, the true art in this game is that it features distorted worlds using, like, imagery that is something you would never see in real life, but it's also somehow familiar in this digital age we live in. These geometric landscapes have only just the smidgen, the tiniest smidgen of reality breathed into them. See how they seem to come down like sort of to a point, almost as if they were real islands. However, due to the coloring, fans are so cool. Also see the pixelated nature of this frog. We understand that this is a frog at a glance, but it's been distorted by our sort of digital rendition of it. This frog isn't the frog that we understand and know to be a frog. This is something alien and obtuse. Even death in this game is abstracted by gameplay. Even the fans in this game, which we take for granted in our day-to-day life, even they are shown in a cartoonish, abstract light that you would never see in real life. It is a surrealist depiction of things that are familiar made abstract by new choices of colors, which to me is a genius representation of the digital age we live in. Alright. Forgot there was wall jumping in this. Stupid! Have a ticket. That's not a ticket, it's a ball. You see, they don't tell you directly that what you just picked up is a ticket. If you're not paying attention, it just seems like there's a ball in front of the frog and the ticket is implied. However, you need these balls. You need the tickets in order to get in. However, you don't. You can make it in there without ever getting a ticket. This is something the game never tells you, but it's something that you might know just from playing the game. Because in reality, there are no boundaries that are natural. all boundaries are created by man, which is reflected by the artificial nature of this world that we currently inhabit. Let's see if we can find any secrets. As you can tell, I'm an expert in bubsology. I majored in it in a college I didn't go to, because there are no boundaries. You don't need to be enrolled into college to go to college. Just like you don't need to obey, like, law enforcement. You might get shot, but you don't need to not get shot either. I think that might be just about it. Is that a Bubsy flying over in the distance, or is that a part of earlier in the level? No, that is absolutely a Bubsy. See, you'll always see people exploring further boundaries than you're currently capable of, and it seems discouraging. But just know that you'll be able to make it there as well. The Bubsy that you see flying in the distance could be you someday. For now, just relish in the experience of being the Bubsy you are today. That's right. Boredom really is the quintessential human emotion. Not everyone's willing to talk. James Turrell exhibit. I hope this Bubsy's okay. They don't seem okay. As it is, we can only worry about ourselves. Yes. In the end, we're all just tech demos for the next line of evolution. And it's become more apparent with evolving knowledge than it ever has been. You see, the problem Bubsy has is that he's lived his whole life in an abstracted space that never dealt with reality. In an abstracted space, museums don't exist. Canned applause from an artificial audience. Yes, even reality becomes tainted by the artificiality of modern living. You can even see it in the fact that these three men here are the exact same person, with only superficial differences that being their height. Even if you looked at them from the correct angle, it might appear that they are the same through a warped vision of your perception. There's only so much you can say about art. Some people are too big for the rooms they inhabit, for the lives they inhabit, for the confines in which they have been forced to live. See, this is kind of a contradiction because in the end, there is no practical reason for art. The only practicality that art can have is to bring out new ideas in people, which only works on a very abstract level. Again, the abstractness of modern living. Ideas are becoming more valuable than actual actions. Now you should be able to hear heavenly tone. You see, it sounds like he says unreal as if to mean slang for cool, but if you really analyze it, it's more along the lines of literally unreal. And again, another contradiction. He says it's an infinite void, yet we can clearly see the corners of the room. And as we try to attempt that 80th MacGuffin collection, what we assume to be the tickets, we are ultimately baited into our own demise. And this seems out of place until you realize that this is just a representation of mortality, that we are on a never-ending slide down to our eventual end. We can't pick everything up, we can't get everything, it's impossible. Have to move on and let go of the MacGuffins that we missed along the way. Not because it's the ideal way to do things, but because it's all we can do. And eventually the slide stops. Or it stops feeling so much like one. We often mistake We often mistake adulthood as a fixed point, but in reality, the slide never ends. Even if you examine his shadow here, his shadow has become an upside down exclamation point, an inverse vision of his logo. The only forms of relief that we can have are capitalist structures, which we need money for. We need to continue our responsibilities endlessly so that we can have an escape from our responsibilities. And in the end, the ultimate hell is for your hobby to become work, until there is nothing to live for. Good day.